I've had conversations with CIOs and some other executives, and they just look at me and go, that's too hard. What you're saying is too hard. It's too much, too heavy of a lift. Have we gotten better at it? Have the systems gotten better? Have the processes gotten more baked that it's not as heavy a lift as it once was?
Absolutely. That's healthcare from 25 years ago talking. Frankly, it's a losing mentality to say that there aren't, I mean, this, I'd say this is easy. I mean, there are systems, I'm not going to name them. There are systems that are IT specific. And we used one at UPMC during my tenure that was IT specific that helped us to allocate those costs to the actual consumers of the IT infrastructure. And we also even went into the servers, who was consuming the computing capability, right? Because it matters. And so it's not too hard. That's a cop out. It's actually relatively easy if you've got a committed management team and a committed finance team. And it's actually extremely insightful. There are learnings that come out of that consumption analysis that really change the way that you think about the different businesses that you're operating in.
Because it's pretty easy to run a profitable business if you strip out these significant costs, isn't it?
I laugh when you see these, even in the external financial statements, you'll see a line called corporate. And it's a very large line item of expenses. And again, there are some truly corporate expenses, your C-suite and in some areas which are strictly overhead, but a majority of your costs are related to your clinical delivery, and those need to be burdened on the clinical P&L or on the service line P&L. It's actually far from being too hard. It's actually, to me, it's quite straightforward.
And part of it is the 80-20 rule, right? Don't get bogged down in the 20. Just let's take the easy one, the EHR. Shouldn't be that hard to split that across. You got usage reports that are coming in almost on a minute by minute basis of the system. You could do it to that granular level, or you just say, hey, here's the cost of running the EHR for the year and divide it out based on any number of factors.
Absolutely. The greatest thing about it is it makes the P&L owner accountable for the IT spend. And why shouldn't they be, right? Because if the CIO is accountable for the IT spend, well, and I'm the clinical leader, well, I'll take everything. I'll take the Cadillac and I'll take more because it's actually not in my budget. You want to create a culture of accountability. So that clinical leader, and you want to empower them to say, well, look, I really think this is critical to my success. So I'm going to invest. You give me a number of dollars that I'm going to spend, and then let me make decisions around what the priorities are. So I am going to invest in these three things, and I'm not going to invest in these three things. And when the budget is housed somewhere else, it becomes really difficult to do because, again, then it's his or her problem, not my problem, because they're the CIO and they have the budget. No, the CIO budget should actually be very, very small.